International students, if you intend to study abroad, I want to draw your attention to the fact that we have a lot of videos on this YouTube channel to help you, from scholarships in Europe, from study for free in USA, for funding opportunities in USA, for grad school free application, for scholarships in Asia. All right, so if you are an international student and you intend to study abroad for free, you don't have money, then you should subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you watch every video that we post on here, because only on this YouTube channel you are going to get the right information. Thank you so much. But if you are new and you didn't know, my name is Milton Fonkwa. You can equally call me the Anointed Village Boy. Enjoy. So for those who have been asking me if they can actually study in Austria if their parents are not that rich, yes, you can. All right, I have always said on this YouTube channel that study abroad is not just for the rich, but it is for everybody. So even if you don't have a lot of money, it is now left for you to decide, all right, and see or maybe look into the process to see what works for you best. You may decide to speak with the family, but again, like I said, it is for everybody. I mean, study abroad. Now, I will be talking about proof of funds, all right, to study in Austria, and I want to draw your attention to the fact that there are a lot of changes in Europe. So if you are making changes to your study, you want to make some changes to your study abroad plan, you should, especially for Austria, you should put the part of proof of funds into it, all right. Now, I want to also equally make you understand that the money you need for your proof of funds, let's say you need for your bank statement, is going to be different from the total money you are going to spend. Let's say movement in and out of the house, legalization, maybe visa fee and all the rest, all right. And at the end of the day, if you sum all of this, you may see that it is going to cost you around maybe 3,000 euros to 4,000 euros. That is all those expenditure with legalization for you before you apply for visa, and of course your flight tickets, all right. If you look at that very well, it is going to cost you around 3,000 to 3,500 euros. Let's put it that way. Now, your money for proof of funds is going to be different. And how much do you need for proof of funds? I have always said that for you to study in Austria, you need at least 12,000 euros. And this money is not in the form of a blocked account, neither is it in form of maybe a bank statement, all right. But this money is going to be in your own personal account. Then you equally also need to print the bank statement from your bank, all right. But remember, before you start doing all of this process, you must have go to Google, all right. You must have passed through Google. Sorry, you must go through Google. You Google which university has a program you want to study, then you apply for the program, all right. Also, when you are doing this, put into consideration that there are two intakes in Austria. We have March, April intake and February, March, April intake, I beg your pardon, and equally there is September, October, November intake, all right. That is spring and summer. I hope you understand. So if you are doing your arrangement, you should know that the money you need in your bank account should be at least 12,000 euros. This is the money before you move to Austria, all right, before you get your student visa. Someone was asking what is the difference between student visa and residence permit. The difference is that a student visa is the visa that will be given to you, all right, at the level of the embassy. I hope you understand. But in case the embassy is to give you a residence permit, it means that your stay has to be more than 6 months in Austria, all right. They can equally still give you a student visa. I hope you understand. It all depends on what you present and what is on your table, okay, or what you bring into the embassy. Now, these are the things they are going to do. Now, let's go back to the issue of the bank statement or proof of funds. For you to provide proof of funds, I already told you the amount you need, all right. Then, because some people get confused between the money you need in your bank account before you move to Austria and the money you need in your bank account before you apply for your residence permit. That is the money you need. Then you equally need to print that statement from your bank. Remember, I said the money must be in your own account. Print the statement from the bank, you present to the embassy. Now, you equally need to make the account be at least 3 to 4 months before you can print the statement out, all right. So make sure you start building your bank account, start building it. And if you ask me what time should you start building the account, I would say that you should start building the account as soon as maybe your admissions letter is out, or maybe you are doing your legalization or something. I hope you understand. before you apply for the visa is going to take you at least 4 months. Okay, and again, remember the process for Austrian student visa, sometimes it can go above 2 months. Okay, so you have to be patient. Legalization takes a lot of time. That is something a lot of international students don't understand, so you have to know this. Again, remember that money in your own bank account, you equally, we already concluded with the issue of the bank. You need to create your account yourself, showing your names exactly the way they are on your passport. Now, when it's time for you to print the statement and submit to the embassy, you equally need to print the statement. You need to also prove where the funds were coming from into that account, all right? Because you cannot just show 12,000 euros like that. Where did you get the money from? In case you have a business, present your business document that it is your business, and your registration number, and probably your tax, your identification number, all right, for the business registration. For those who have businesses, they know what I'm talking about. Then if you don't have a business, if the money is coming from your dad or your mother or whosoever who is your sponsor, provide a document, all right, from these people. The document must come from these people to show that we, for example, if your father is giving you the money to put in your account, all right, you have to get your father to sign a document called the affidavit of support, or the sponsorship letter, to show that he is the one who have been giving you the money. If you have been like taking the money from a bank or a loan, the bank should equally give you a document to prove that they have been giving you the money. In case you don't have money, and when it's time for visa application, you just bumped the money into the account, all right, then you should equally prove where the money came from. I hope you understand. I have talked about this a couple of times on this YouTube channel, and I have a lot of videos about it. I just want to make these changes again because a lot of people have been asking me. Now, remember that you are still to move to Austria. If you move now to Austria and you with a student visa and you need a residence permit, because of course you need a residence permit, the student visa may be given for you for more, just 3 months or something. Then because your study is going to be more than 1 year, you need a residence permit, which is a document to carry you for more than 6 months stay in Austria, all right? You equally need at least half of this money into your bank account in Austria, all right? You need at least 6,000 euros, or let's say 5,000, 6,000 euros in your bank account in Austria before you can get the residence permit from the Austrian authorities. So you need to present these documents to the officials on the day you are going for your appointment to maybe sign documents or to get your residence permit, all right? And again, you need some of this money. You may have some of the money in your Austrian bank account. You may equally have some in a bank that is accessible to Austria. That is the reason I have always said that you cannot withdraw your money when you arrive Austria immediately into your hands, all right? Because some people have been saying that they want to take the money from family members and put in the account as soon as they get their visas, they withdraw the money. No, you still need money in your account when you arrive Austria. So I will advise you to just leave the money inside, because if you are going to Austria, these people are very intelligent, all right? Remember, these are psychologists. They cannot allow you remove the money. And that is the reason I always say that they may not even give you a residence permit, because if you get a residence permit, which shows that you have to renew it only after 1 year, they know that as soon as they give you the residence permit, you will withdraw all the money in your account, all right? So they don't want a situation where you will be stranded in Austria and at the end of the day, you start looking for maybe sponsorships or help. That is the reason you might not get the residence permit until you arrive Austria. So what you will get is a student visa for 3 months. Then when you are in Austria, you need to do the residence permit. And to do the residence permit, you need money in your bank account. That is where that money that you put before and apply for the student visa, you have to bring the money back. All right. So if you withdraw the money, now how do you intend to get money to produce your residence permit? And if you don't produce your residence permit, it is not going to be well with you in Austria, all right? Austria is a country that has a lot of laws in place. Remember, they have an advanced economy, all right? Good education sector, good transportation, good healthcare. So you have to be careful, all right? Now, let's talk about, I already talked about how much you need to spend, and I equally mentioned issues with respect to the bank statement. Again, let me tell you that some people, somebody asked me about disabled people, can they study in Austria, or what about disability, people with disabilities? Well, most universities in Austria actually encourage people with disabilities, same as people on asylum or people with a refugee status. All right, some universities will even permit asylum seekers to study for free. I have seen such, and I have equally made videos about this. There are a lot of videos about Austria on this YouTube channel, so you can verify all of them and watch. All right. Meanwhile, if you have a disabled, or if you are a disabled person, and or if you have some sort of difficulties, you understand what I mean. You can apply for a university. Equally make the university understand that you are a disabled person. Then you also make arrangement with the embassies, all right? Because I do not know if the embassy actually have special arrangement for disabilities or for people with disabilities, all right? So you have to make arrangement with them to understand all of this. Now, remember again, you need legalization. And legalization, before you even go for legalization, at the level of the embassy, you need verification. Now, first, you need to first of all start the process at the level of your universities, all right? Then you move to the level of the ministries, and then you carry them to the VFS offices. For Cameroonians and Ghanaians, there is something on the embassy website. Please verify that. I have said this countless times, so please check that out. And from the level of the ministries, you now carry your documents to the VFS office, you do the payment, and of course, your documents will be legalized for you, all right? Again, understand that after legalization or after verification and legalization at the level of the VFS, you will now need to carry your documents to the embassy. You may equally send them to the embassy, but I don't know if there is a process like that. Cameroonians, the VFS office in Yaoundé, I think legalization per document is 70,000. I don't remember the figure. So you have to verify that, all right? Verify that from the VFS office. If you go there, all the list is there. I think I have a copy in this phone, but I will not be able, in my phone here, but I will not be able to display it on the screen. If you want to do legalization at the level of the Austrian embassy, go to Yaoundé and check. If you follow the link on the embassy website, the Austrian embassy website in Abuja, there is a link there that will take you directly to the address of the VFS office, all right? So that is what you need to know, all right? Again, please, I have said you need to document where the money is coming from, and the bank account needs to be your bank account, all right? There are a lot of things that you may not know before you arrive Austria, but like I said, if you are moving to the European Union, you have to get ready, because there are a lot of laws, a lot. Austria somehow is like Germany, all right? Because in Austria, they speak the German language. You may be studying in English. Of course, you can interact with people in English, but know that a majority of the population will equally speak but just the German language. And those that want to study nurses, or let me say student nurses, or people who want to study nursing, if you want to study nursing, please, I'll just encourage you or advise you to go and study the German language. The reason is because most universities in Austria that teach nursing, they equally ask, first of all, the language is usually in German. Secondly, if you want to study the nursing, you need to prove strong qualifications in the German language, all right? It is not going to be easy for you if you do not prove that you are very strong, or maybe you have a good proficiency, all right, or a solid background in the German language. So these are some of the things that you need. Now, before you even move to Austria, know that, like I said, appointment dates are usually an issue. So if you want to do anything, start the process as early as possible. There is somebody who booked an appointment with me, and we talk, and she wants to apply from another country in Asia, but the embassy in Asia told her that she must, that she must legalize her documents in Cameroon. So that brings me back to the issue I have been saying, that you cannot, let's say you cannot have a degree from Cameroon, then you move to, let's say, Turkey, then you legalize the certificates from Cameroon in Turkey. No, it doesn't work like that. At the Austrian embassy in Turkey, it doesn't work like that. Remember, for the embassy to legalize your document, you first of all need to take the document to, for example, those from the University of Buea in Cameroon, take it to the University of Buea to certify them. Then you carry the documents to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Cameroon. I'm talking now to Cameroonians, all right, to do the legalization. Then you carry them to the VFS office in Yaoundé to do verification again, all right, before the documents go to the level of the visa application, which is the Austrian embassy, where they will legalize it. I hope you understand. Or maybe I don't know which one the embassy is going to do, but of course the process, like I said, you must start from the basics. Nigerians, you have to start from your university, then Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then the VFS office as well. For those asking me about appointments for Lithuanian student visa in Egypt, I want to tell you that you cannot, you have to, probably if you want to go to Egypt, ask them, all right? Because I know you can apply from Nigeria, but ask the embassy. Don't just go there. You cannot go without an appointment. That is the first thing you need to understand. So always ask questions. Always ask questions. It is very important for you to ask questions. Please, those that have been asking me if they can use 5,000 euros to migrate to Austria, please, it is impossible. I have said these things multiple times. Okay, if you want to use 5,000 euros, for example, if you want, or if you are saying that you can use 5,000 euros, let's assume that accommodation is 300 euros a month, and you need to document that you have a lot of money to pay for at least 1 year. Multiply 300 euros by 12 and see how much is that. Let's assume that food is 100 euros a month. Multiply 100 euros by 12 and you need to document money for 1 year and add to that. All right, and things like that. So if you multiply all this money, you will see that 5,000 euros is not enough. So the amount I told you earlier on is the money you need to use for your Austrian student visa, and that is how much needs to be in your bank account. All right, so please plan yourself very well and move with time. There is no time. All right, there is a lot of students are stranded because of appointments, so always start early. There is someone who applied for Lithuanian student visa, but she applied 2 months back. So you guys have to be smart and active. All right, I hope this will help somebody. If it does, please, I forgot at the beginning to say subscribe. Have you subscribed to the channel? If you haven't, please do subscribe now.